It is Sunday evening and it's live with Sharon. Sunday Sharon live with Sharon. I don't know. If you can come up with a fancy dancy name for that, let me know. But I was away last weekend, but hello wonderful people that are going to watch this on replay or watching it live with me, even if it's 5 minutes or the whole way. Sincere thank you. Now I am inviting you into my creative space. Just gonna see if I can move this light here. Let's see if that light has removed that. Yes, it's removed it. It's made it a bit darker in the room, but I think it's light enough in here for you. What you are seeing in front of you is a project I'm working on, which is a commission piece, and this is how I create my pod of whales. Now, it's for a most amazing soul that's been very patient with me, and there's 2 pieces coming her way, and this is the first one. So this is me upcycling a picture frame. I've got masking tape around here to stop the resin mess and the acrylics. That's just to protect it, and I have got a video coming and which will show you how I got to this stage. So I have painted my board with acrylics to seal it, and I've done some resin on there. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to paint in 3 whales, my pod of whales, and I'm going to just show you how I do this. Now you may enjoy this, you may not, but I am absolutely going to love sharing this process with you. It is resin. This is what my board looks like. It's one of those that I get from the range. I've done my first layer, so I know that there are no spillages or anything like that. It's sealed in there. It's got a beautiful sparkle and some nice different blues coming through there. You can see me there. Ooh. And it has some sparkle in there. But before we go any further, I'm going to stop and see if I have anybody in live chat. And if you let me know who you are. Now you can see I've got a little bit of like milky foam here. You might be saying, Sharon, why do you have... Oh, hello, Miss Heather. Why do I have the white here? Well, it's because in my world, my whales are floating towards the top and they've created a little bit of movement underneath, so that when I paint my whales underneath, hopefully it will make it look like they're slightly higher up. And then we'll come in and add some resin and another layer, and the painting should be done. So the only thing... Hello, Annie. Hello. Have I said this right? Journeygans? I hope I've said that right. Hello, Lee. Welcome. And I hope that you're going to enjoy this. So ask away any questions. I do have a love of oceans, as you know. I do have a love of the whales that are in the ocean, specifically the orca. Now, I know it might not be perfect from a shape point of view, but I don't care. I love them. And I know that there's some typical markings on there. So I'm just bringing you into my studio to hang out with you, to give you the opportunity to ask any questions and for us to move on. Not move on, show you different stages. Woo! I did say it right. Thank you very much. Now, if you are going to work on resin and you're going to add acrylic paintings or anything like that, there's an important thing that you need to take into consideration is your time between working on your resin, doing your acrylic painting, and then applying another layer of resin. And what I mean by that is, because this was only laid this morning and I'm going to lay some more tomorrow, I don't have to scratch up my resin because the resin will adhere to that beautifully. If I was going to wait weeks in between each layer, I would sand my resin area now just lightly before I painted my whales on, so that the resin will adhere to it beautifully, because historically I've worked on acrylics on top and I forgot to sand, and then it becomes very fiddly and you don't want to ruin your whales when they're on there. So sand away, wonderful people, sand away. So I won't be chatting much as I'm also pouring. Ooh, Lee, what are you pouring? Anyway, Heather, I want to know what you've been up to since we last spoke yesterday. What has everybody else been working on? The tools of the trade, I've just got some water. I'm most likely going to use a thin brush just for this, just because I want to have some controls. This is a number number 1. Now I don't go, oh, I need number 3 or I need number 2. I just look at what's the size of the brush end that I'm using with for what I'm painting, and I just do it intuitively. And because they're going to be orca whales, oh god, I've just seen a spider up to my left, please do not drop on my head, it's a fairly small one. And we're just going to be using a white and a black acrylic, and that's all. So it should be fairly easy and straightforward, which should give me a chance to keep looking at who's in here and having a little chatty with you. You drew a goldfinch on a blossom branch this morning. Now that sounds beautiful. I hope that you relaxed on that. Well, hello, the wonderful Kimo from Houston. Now, historically, I've done my whales coming this way or that way, but I feel that when this is going to be on the wall, I want it to look like they're migrating this way. So I'm imagining on my first layer, I'm maybe going to do Dad. I might actually do all 3 of them, and then if when I add my another layer I want to create depth, I might bring one back on top. So I like to work quite organically. I have a rough feeling of what I want to do, but I let the resin or the painting or what I'm feeling that day take me to where it wants to be. Now you might only want to put 1 layer of resin, like draw your whale right on the base and then add your resin and you're done. And that's fine, that's up to you. I do love some of this beautiful shimmer. So as I said, there will be a video showing you how I got to this point. I've got lots of darks and some light blues in there. Each layer I'm going to add on now is going to be in that nice turquoisey, beautiful greeny. So I want to go lighter as I go to the top. Anyway, I really have digressed there, didn't I? Let me have a little look at chat. So Lee is pouring some bookends at the moment, still getting ready for your show next month. And Jernigan's has been working on watercolour, floral and sketching elephants. Well, I have been working with brushes a lot recently. So I've done 2 ocean pieces. One of them I absolutely love, which is a sunset. And I've been trying to work on my brush strokes and keeping them more loose. And I've been really enjoying it. So I think I'm going to make sure that my brush pieces are a regular feature. They're not for everybody. Some people only subscribe to my channel for resin, and that's okay. But I'm determined to keep sharing what I enjoy. Anyway, I am going to start to paint and painting my whale. The most beautiful thing about painting acrylics on resin, if you get it wrong, it's no issue because you can get a little bit of water and rub it back out and start again. So it's fairly non-committal until you want to lock it all in. Hello, is it Sweetie? I hope I've said that right, from India. Let me know if I've pronounced that wrong. And Kimo, wind chime similar to what you've made on my list. Well, let me know how you go with that, Kimo. I would love to know. All right, just for the moment, I'll come back to chat in a minute, but I'm going to start to work out where my whales are swimming to and what is their happy little story. So I think I'm going to bring in maybe the big one. So I call this one Dad. I've got no idea if the males are bigger than the females. Maybe I should do some research on these majestical creatures. And I start by loosely putting in where I feel the shape of my whale will be. And it's got a fairly simple shape to the body of it. Oh, I don't know if I'll do 5. I mean, I could mix it up, couldn't I? I really could mix it up. And then once I've got the central body part shape, because I work in shapes when I paint, sketch or draw, then I can amend it until I'm really happy with it. And if I wanted it to be total realism, I could just stick a photo there, couldn't I? As I say in many of mine. So I think that's roughly the shape. Then I've got to work out if I feel that I want this one to be the dad in my world, or whether I want there to be an even bigger one. I always like a family of 3, but I'm just wondering if I might add a few more. for this piece. And for the wonderful lady who has ordered this commission, just know that there is positive energy already bouncing out of this one. The colours, the sparkle, absolutely love. So I'm hoping that you will too. Once I've got the base of this shape done, I will have a little look at chat. So if you've got any specific questions about any of my art, or me as an individual, or you want to share anything, let me know. I do have, I don't know if you can see my nose in here, I hope not. I paint with weird faces, and this one might not be a good angle for you of my nose. But I do have some exciting news, people in America. I am rebooked in for Vegas. They are allowing us into the country. Oh, that lost a shape there a little bit, but I can bring it back at the other side there. And because we're going to be covering this up a little bit with resin and white foam, you're just going to make sure that you start to think about what parts you're going to want to bring up a level, or whether you want it to appear deep in the ocean. Okay, so I've got the shape of my bullet there that I like. Obviously I've got to bring the fins in. So, you are confused, are you? Are we looking up to the surface of the water? Yes, we are going to be doing a helicopter view. So, Heather, when this is done, you should be looking like these are at the top, and this is the water, and you're looking down at it, a helicopter view, and you're going to see the pod of whales going this way. They're not literally going up in the water. Yes, Lee, yes, finally. And Tinkerbell, thank you so much for saying you enjoy my work. So, Heather, does that help you understand what my vision will be? Because this is only the basic layer of what it is that I'm going to be doing. And then obviously it should start to take more shape when I add my resin and do more layers. I think I'm going to put his fins as though they're down in the water. I'm not going to have big ones, this one. It's a bit hard, isn't it, when it's not your painting and you're looking at it and it's such early stages, because in my head I know the 5 steps ahead of what I am going to be doing. So to me it makes sense, whereas to somebody else might be thinking, oh lordy, 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 what is she up to now? Okay. Then I think I might do one here now. I want one to look like it's coming out, and then maybe baby there. And then I think I might do one that's deep in the water there, and then maybe another one there. So the pod is swimming this way in the water. Heather. Okay, I was thinking I was supposed to be a diver. You know what? I could try and do one at some stage. I could try and do one half underwater. That could be a challenge for me. Absolutely could. Although his fins are going down because he's just taken a big stroke, I want to bring him out a little bit more there. When I start to add my stripes, that might make a bit more sense to people. I mean, white marks. I think you might be able to see me anyway with the reflection, so I hope I don't pull too many weird faces for you all. Okay, I'm just going to make sure I don't make that too thick. Alright, we'll move on to, oh, Lingo Bingo. Please paint one with the white spots. Oh, they're all going to have white spots. This is just the base layer. This is just me mapping out where they are going to be within the water. So it's the very early stages, Tinkerbell. Stick with me. I promise you will see them with their little love arts on the back and everything like that. I'm just trying to work out where I want them to be in my water scene. Or should I say ocean scene? I'm going to have one here. It's always very, I was just going to say it's always very hard. It's not really hard, is it? When you're trying to paint at an angle that's not a natural angle for you to paint at. But just so you can get that good view, I'd be better painting this if it was down, flat. But I don't think you would be able to really see what I'm doing there. Once I've got the proportions of where my composition is going to be, I'll move into the detail, and then hopefully you'll see that coming alive. And then tomorrow, so basically what you don't get to see me do tonight, there will be a video that'll fill in the gaps as this piece progresses, or I could choose to leave it to do the ocean for next Sunday for a live, but I'm just mindful this customer has been waiting a long time and is super excited, so I'm going to try and make sure every bit of spare time I'm doing it's completing her 2 commission pieces. That's my goal. I've been enjoying doing some sunsets, as I mentioned before, with more subtle colours. I've got one piece that just reminds me of a little bit of heaven on earth. It's got very soft pastel colours coming, and I definitely think it's evolved my painting style, and it's one of those where you stand back and you look at it and you think, oh, did I paint that? I'm really proud of myself, and that's not to sound big-headed or anything like that. That's just one of those, as you keep painting and practicing, and you surprise yourself sometimes at when you stand back from your painting and had a look what you've created. And I love that, because that shows that you're on you've evolved a little bit, or you've learned new skills, or you had a wow moment with your own art, which is something that's exciting in my opinion. Oh, I'm going to do this one with slightly bigger things, and I am just waffling a lot of crap. Anyway, so my Vegas plans will be in November. So it's time to do the countdown. I think I've got about 8 weeks. I've got most of my stuff for Vegas from the last time we nearly went. I think I've just got to get a few little extras, and then it's all to focus on my Neil. I think that body needs to come a little bit, it's a bit narrow there, so I'm just making them a little bit bigger, this one. If I go really quiet, I do apologise. I will try my hardest to keep speaking. It's just when I'm getting into my creative zone myself. Anyway, what's going on in chat? I'm struggling with your radiators at the minute. Hoping that the thermostat will be the trick. Yes, it's definite for November. It's all booked again. Flights, hotels, wedding. Yay! Hello, Cosmic Carol. Hello to the wonderful Paula. Why am I not seeing Paula's chat coming in? Where is she? You're down the rabbit hole. I think they're a little bit pointed. I'm just going to round his nose off a little bit. But I suppose when I come in with my white parts, I'll gain a little bit of width there as well. Just going to work out where my calf's going to go. Sorry, I am just having a look at my composition myself. Standing back. Hello, Des. Welcome. Oh, I don't know what to do about radiators. I've got no idea. Hopefully people will be able to give you some support there. I think I'm going to have maybe a little one here. little bitty baby. Hope you can hear the birds and they're relaxing you. Yeah, I might have another baby there and another big one there. But I want to more or less keep this part free to hopefully give you the impression of the expanse of the ocean part that they're coming through. I'm so glad I taped my sides off this time. Because when I did my first layer of resin, I got a splash on there. And luckily, because it was masking tape, it was just a matter of peeling it off. Okay, I like to do the fins, paddles, rudder, in different directions, just to give a feeling that they might be moving through the water or doing different bits. I know they might not necessarily be like that in real life, but that is just what I enjoy doing. And then I start to think about where I think the splashes will be in the water, just to create that sense of movement. Hello, Deco. Heather is checking her radiators. Oh, there's some lovely work there. Helping each other. Alrighty-roo. Okay, so I think I'm going to do another little coffee one here. I might do him quite near his mum. The podder whales to protect each other. Miss Paula, how is your lighthouses coming along? Would love to know that. That needs to go. I think that as well needs to go a little bit longer. And that one there, just going to make that body a bit longer. At least it's better than you seeing me cut cellophane this week. And apologies, I never got to do a live last week. I was travelling down Yorkshire, had the most amazing birthday, being with family. But it was just too tiring by the time I got home and travelled down. So, but at least I'm here this week, eh? Okay. I hope my face is not covering this up too much for you. Okay, and then I'm going to do one more here. You're not going to see the full body of this one, but another big one, I think. Alright, this is all the, I want to say the boring bit, but it's not really. It's all enjoyable. But this is, I'd say the critical. I don't know what word to use. My brain's really struggling today. Not because of anything other than a little sleep deprived. I'm not the best with speaking while I'm painting like this anyway. But now becomes the more satisfying part because, oh, that is a massive one, that, isn't it? Might pull that one back. Let's see how I feel about that one. I might get my little bit of water out and pull it back a little bit. I quite like it. Let me see what it looks like once I add the white. I'm going to need a thinner brush now. I can start adding those strokes, and it's amazing just by adding the white bits what a difference that's going to make. Does it look like it's been done on an iPad? It does, doesn't it? It's because it's already got the resin in there and it's a white frame, but I do have masking tape around it to protect it. But I'm just going to go down to a smaller brush now to give me a little bit more control in these areas, and non-committal to start with, but then we can start to add those details. And you can take the details as far as you want, but just the thing I have to keep reminding myself is we're going to be going over it soon with resin, and some of it's going to get covered up, and I might need to come and add some more onto the next layer just to bring them to a little bit of 3D or depth, or have one higher than the other. And that's where I still paint them fully, because I just don't know what's going to happen in the next stage. So I'd rather have it done than put the resin on it and think, oh, I should have added that bit there, and me not do it. So I've got a very thin brush. This one is a 3.0. I'm going to start with this area here. So I'm just looking at my reference photo. I've got a reference photo just to the side, and that reference photo is not me copying the composition, it's just so that I remember where the markings are. Now if I go over with my white, I come back with my black and sculpt it back until I've got the markings right, because the way you put these markings, in my opinion, help you with the 3D feeling of that whale, where they are. So I've realised I hold my breath when I'm doing such as this. I videoed some footage yesterday, was it yesterday, day before, and you could hear I hold my breath and then I go in and start painting. And then once I've finished with my brush strokes, I take a little breath out, and I didn't realise how bad I did that until I was recording, thinking, what's going on, Sharon? Breathe normally. But no. So hopefully you're not hearing me breathing weirdly. And I've got no idea if I'm right in front of the camera at the minute, so I did a lot of filming the other day and I stood in front of the camera more than I did, and so I'm like, really? Come on, Sharon. Okay. Des, I love that. Do you have the name of the deep blue with the subtle hint of killer whales? Hello, Juliet. Good day from Australia, mate. This is where I love the killer whales, because they almost have like the heart feature that's coming around this place here. So this is the one where if I'm going to mess up or if I need to resculpt it, it's normally this area here, and it sort of goes around. But again, it doesn't have to be. perfect first go. I'm just trying to work out where it would be, and then I'll come in and make it a little bit better. That's not even really great English just right there, is it? I want to leave a tiny little stripe. Down here. Juliet, are you about to go to work at ridiculous o'clock time? It kind of goes all the way down, but it's a lighter. Lighter colour. And the same at the other side. Just having a look at the shows that are on in Vegas, so I don't know if we're only there for, I think, 5 nights. But if there's any shows on it over that way that you think, you know what, I'd recommend that one, let me know. Okay, this is where I'm going to pull a little bit of that white back. Oh, a little stripe down there. Rough is good, by the way. I'm really enjoying rough brush strokes. Is that even a thing? Like I like it to look like it's a paintbrush that's there, and it's you can see where it's been rather than it being smooth and perfect, which is what I used to not go for. I used to enjoy my work being. So I will leave this to dry a little bit, and then I'll come back and woo! Good catch, Sharon, because that nearly went all down there. And I'll get the whiter white again. Wait a minute, I just want a little bit of greyish colour there, and maybe a little bit there. Yeah. Around those areas there. I think there's another dot there, but I'm not going to see where this one is. Alright, that's almost number 1 done as far as where the markings are going to be. Kind of like a little thing there. What's going on in chat? Hello, Nigel. You are not late. You are here just on time. Rush brush strokes or expressionism. Des, you must be classically trained or know what you're talking about. I just do whatever feels right, and having a play, and yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. Letting go. Let it go. Let it go. Okay, let's have a little look. I've got to work out what I'm going to do with that thing, if anything. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna pull that one back because it bugs me. It's like something's just splat there. So I'll work on these 3, and I just want to pull that one back. I ain't happy. Just going in. Keep yourself amused, people. Oh, you watch a lot of Bob Ross? Yeah. Bob Ross is good. Gotta love a bit of Bob Ross. Those happy little accidents. And then with our little bit of a love arty shape. If it goes really well and I'm happy with the first draft of these whales after I've corrected that splat, I might then I might have time for the resin, but I'm not going to rush it. I want to make sure these feel majestical for this amazing lady that these are for. I just realised my face is probably right up to the clean my brush. Bob Ross defo just before said I do love watching a bit of Bob Ross. And no shape is exactly the same on any of these. I think that's the exciting thing about them when you're doing them. So he's a climbing. I'm ruining my paintbrushes. I need to get a new set. I have got some new acrylic paints to test for me, and when I say new, I've purchased them from Amazon, and they look like they're quite a good pack. Some nice unusual colours. Not unusual colours, what am I trying to say? Some of the tones that are already pre-mixed up. So I'm looking forward to having a go with one of those and creating something. I'll show you those in an up and coming video. Thank you to the people that watched my sculpture on Friday. Yesterday, Saturday sculpture. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, love that yellow. I've got a couple more of those ready to for the next 2 weeks. I've got one which has got lots of purples in, which is a stunner, and a bronze and a black one. So watch this space for that. Okay, I'm on my baby one now. His voice is a sedative. Is it mine a sedative, Heather? I really need a smaller one than that. I'm going to have to downsize. I mean, it's ridiculous. How do you downsize from that? It's small. Let's downsize. Bit of control. Like a broken heart, that one. Fix that one. There's no broken hearts in this family. See, I start painting one thing and then I focus something else. So I have no rhyme or reason to where I'm painting next and why. It's just whichever way my eye goes, and then I'm like, fix that, do that, or I'm just pulled to do that. I do have requests though, if anybody has got any particular colour scheme or that they'd like to see me have a go at when it comes to sculptures. Oh, my iPad moved. Let me know. That might help me out. Oh, hello Stacey. Welcome. And Heather, I am glad there is so much entertainment. It's just the way I waffle to myself, isn't it? Just got a pedicure. Oh, pedicure. Sounds lush. Looking down the side. So there is little patch there on some of them. Sorry, see, I was starting on baby one and then I got distracted then, didn't I? Righty-roo. I think those little marks that you put on are what really helps you cast the illusion of the 3D effect. I keep pushing on this, before you know it's going to be at the back of the tent. Let me turn it around so you get a better view. Now, I know that some people might get very upset when I say this, but I don't care, because I love, love, love this time of year that we're approaching into. And I'm trying to get super organised, which I'm glad I am, because being in America in November is going to mean I need to be very organised now. But I have more or less started my Christmas shopping, and for Neil, I think I've almost finished it. And I know we artists do think of Christmas a lot earlier, because if you're doing any shows, like Lee, you're getting your stocks up or anything like that. So I'll be interested to know, even if it's just from an art point of view, where some of you are in that space. Paula, I know that you've gone very quiet, my lovely. And I know you're working very hard. Oh, that was a big stroke there. On some of your projects. So how are you going with your projects, Miss Paula? Sorry, just getting rid of some of that white splodge that I did there. Taking back out some of this line here. So praise off there for Wanda. Oh, is Wanda okay? Let me have a little look, catch up. Yes. Aw, aw. Des, you can stay. What's going on with Miss Wanda? I hope that wonderful creature is well. I'm doing a collaboration with Miss Wanda in November, so make sure you keep your eye out for that. I know we're a little way away, but I'm looking forward to supporting. And while we're talking about supporting each other, if you have a YouTube channel, or if you have a website that you would love for people to go out and check, please put your name in here. Put a love art after it if you've got a YouTube channel. If you've got a website where you want people to go and look at your art or anything like that, pop that in the link as well. We like to support other artists, and I think YouTube's got plenty enough space for us all to support each other and be kind to each other. Alright, righty-roo. With a baby, and then let's fix this splat here. We ain't having any splats. I don't know how I'm doing with Lingo Bingo this evening. Have I done quite well, or am I using lots of filler words, people? Heather, I hope you're starting to see the helicopter view now. So Cosmic Carol has got a YouTube channel. Please pop over and see her. We also have Charlene here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Heather does have a channel. She's not active right now, but still go over and give her a thumbs up, and then you'll know when she's back, because she'll be putting things out there. What's going on with Wanda? Everybody keeps saying poor Wanda. I must have missed a video. Is Wanda okay? Oh my word. I need to know what's happening with Miss Wanda. Where am I? I'm here. I need to focus on my whales, but I'm thinking about Miss Wanda. We'll have to paint some of that line back out that I've just done there. I want it to be more grey and subtle. So I definitely want him in, but I've got to give him cosmetic surgery. And then I'll check that I'm happy with the markings for the first go round and start editing them back with the black, the ones I'm unhappy with, to try and make them more 3D. Alright, what's going on here? I will check back with chat because I want to know what's happening with Miss Wanda. And I'm going to get a tissue. And come back and paint out my whale that I'm unhappy with. Okay, Sharon, you're painting my favourite. Aww, Charlene, I'm glad that you're going to enjoy. Oh, Wanda has a poorly eye. Oh, bless her. Am I painting in a tent? You know what? I like camping. What can I say? Yes, I am. I have other projects on the go that I don't want you all seeing at the minute. So I've got quite a few things spread around. But this here, I thought I'd paint in here, my tent. Because once I've finished the orcas, I'm going to lay this flat and put my coat of resin in. So I thought I'll work where I'm going to be so that I can then leave this overnight. So this is one of those like little tomato things, but a small, it's not a greenhouse because it's really diddy, but it stands on top of my resin box to try and help me with dust. And it really does help. I am thinking of changing this particular thing for clear so that it doesn't give too many patterns in there, but yes, I am painting in a tent. I like camping, what can I say? Okay, so this bad boy is going to be edited out, so I am going to have to gently, because my resin was only put on this morning before I went to work, a bit of water and scrub him to reduce his size. I'm not going to get rid of him altogether, but I am going to go and get clean water because this is black and I don't want to have too many dribbles going onto the white frame there, so bear with me. You can see me in the reflection. I'm probably pulling my weird faces like, ooh. Bear with me, I will be back. I am back. So for people that's just joined in, I said that there is going to be a video of this. There's going to be a video of how I got to this stage. I'll then add this into it. And there's also going to be a video of how I add my next layer and create the foam and whether I bring any of these further up. Because it'd be nice to have some on slightly different levels. I might have all these underneath and just one at the top. I don't know. I'm going to see how I go. But because by the time I've done this, I would have been chatting to you all nearly an hour. I think all we'll do is see the whales finished, how I edit it out, and then the rest will be done via video. I did say a tent before. Des. You can talk about anything. We usually like to talk about music or movies. I binge watch. So, like a little bit of magic, it wipes off. And I recommend not applying too much pressure, but just gently rubbing it in a circle motion until you pull back. Pull back the part that you don't want. If only it was this easy in real life, to have a little bit of cosmetic surgery. It just looked, even though I want him to be a chunky one or a bigger one, it just looks a little bit too big in my opinion for the rest of them. Kind of like a, do I say a Jaws-like feature? No. I'll pull him back a little bit by either side. And this is the beauty of adding mixed media to your resin. That ability to edit and perfect until you're happy. Well, hello, Alison. Welcome, my lovely. I hope you are well. I got your message, by the way. I will get your postage sorted out, and I will absolutely make sure any of my piece of work has a signature on. I will double check the photo that it was the one on the left that you wanted. And I think tomorrow, other than painting another, I've got to finish a little bit more of this. I'm going to work on another acrylic piece, and I'm hoping that the weather's going to be beautiful because I've got a couple of videos where I'm out in the sun painting. Sorry, just I know this part might be a bit boring, but at least you get to see how you can edit your painting. I rewatched, what movies did I rewatch? All the Twilight movies recently. Love a bit of Twilight. Love me a bit of Edward Cullen. Oh, I've nearly brought him all back, haven't I? Oh well, I've got to get his shape back now, so I'll just pull this little bit off and then edit him back in. Do you edit him back in? No, you add him back in, Sharon. But at least it should match more of the family. Bit at a time. Sharon, paint and have been known to grow the odd tomato yourself. Oh, I so don't have green hands. Apologies. Just gonna make sure I get rid of as many brush strokes as possible, or residual bits of paint that's smeared, because I can sometimes miss that when I'm adding my next layer of resin, and that's not good. Alright, he's been cleansed back out, and I'm going to paint his body back now. Blind spot. Ooh, what is blind spot? Have I seen that? I think I've heard of it. What's it about? Is it like a is it a brand new thriller? I can't remember. Seems really weird. I've edited him out and I'm like, right, no, I'm editing you back in now. Okay, I think his size is going to be much more fitting for this other family. Sorry, Lee, I'm not talking so much, am I? I hope you're still glancing over every so often, even though you're pouring. It's all about me, Lee. Okay, a much, much happier piece there, I think. I'm just trying to work out if he needs to be a little bit fatter now. Now I've made him too thin, haven't I? No, oh, thank you, Heather. No, I am in the UK. FBI thriller. Ooh, I might have to have a look at that. Oh, that sounds interesting. I do love binge watching. My Neil does enjoy shows, but he likes to be doing things productive. So he tends to watch shows while he's doing some of his work in his office. But I can quite happily sit down and binge watch TV shows, especially if they're crimes, because they've got big hooks on them that they finish, and you're like, I want to see the end result. I want to move on to the next piece and see what it is. Has anybody heard if there's going to be any more Stranger Things? I really love Stranger Things. I don't know if the season that was released last year, if that's it, or if there's more coming out. Love a good ghost show or sci-fi. Lee, it is all about me. I'm glad I made you giggle still. And yes, I do love Netflix as well. Alright, what's his arms doing? I think I'm going to have big arms. Big arms, make him look like the dragon. Dragon what? I don't know. Maybe he's just been shopping. He's got fish for the family. And then maybe one out a little bit further. Okay, white for this one. Then I'll go back and highlight, make sure it's all right, and then job's a good one. Blah, blah, blah. Sharon is selfish. Oh, I'm not selfish. I'm just a star. I'm not really. All right. Right. Saying all right a lot, lingo bingo. Oh dear me. Okay, just cleaning my brushes and coming in with a white now again. I could spend ages doing this white stuff, which I'm not going to get you to sit and watch me do it all picture perfect, because once I've done this, I start to just sculpt it a little bit or make sure that I'm happy. But that's just the fine detail part. I think you as an artist is just, oh my, his fins dropped a little bit there. What's that? His shoulder, he's broke his shoulder, it dropped a little bit. That makes more sense now. Bless him. With a disjointed shoulder. Oh, you helped bring me back, Sharon. You're my star. Heather, you're my star. You really are. Is it a pod? Hello, cat. What resin did I use? For this one, I used the final of my Mastercast 1-to-1. I've been working through lots of different brands. I'm not like affiliated with any one brand. I basically look on Amazon or go to the suppliers and see what I can get the best deal with. If I get Mastercast, I tend to go for 10 litres so it can last a while. But at the minute I'm just buying 4 litres of stuff just so that I can try different brands and that I'm going to use it before it starts to discolour. I've got one that I've just ordered on Amazon, which is a sheer resin, which I'm going to try. But you can just use any resin that you enjoy for such as this, because it's not going to have any heat on it. And you just want it to... This one was only poured this morning. So I poured this at... what time would I have poured it at? 9 o'clock. And so I started working on it at 7. So it's, if I pressed, I could really leave an imprint in there. Looks a bit lopsided as well, doesn't it? Oh, I feel like this one's going to be either the one with the character from the family or the ugly one from the family. I think I'm distracted thinking of resin. Any of my projects that I do tend to let you know in the description what was the brand I used for that particular project, because I'm finding that I'm enjoying working with different brands depending on different projects I'm working with. I hope that makes sense. I think as well, since I turned 50, only a couple of days ago, week ago, my body's saying I'm old. I'm starting to ache, though I had to, for the first time ever, ladies and gentlemen, I had to work out what shoes I was going to wear to work so that my ankles didn't hurt. What's that about? I've not had achy joints before. Yeah, so even though it's quite warm today, I had to wear my little boots that supported my ankle. They're almost like Doc Martens. I'm like, I can't suddenly get all these aches and pains now I've turned 50. So I had that on. I've become a very focused hypochondriac, which is very easy. I think the rain must be coming in because my joints were aching. I'm very excited as well. In UK, where we live, there's Grease the musical is out. So for the first time, the theatres are back open again, and we're going to go and see a show soon. So looking forward to that. I love a good musical. Now, I'm very happy with that composition. I am a focused hypochondriac. I am half a century. Welcome to the 50. Hello, Madeline. Oh, I'm glad that Stacey, you got to see them on a cruise. You're so lucky. I know. I said to, like, my ankle was that bad. I don't think it's anything serious, but for a couple of weeks, maybe 6 weeks, I've just noticed that my ankle's been sore. This sounds really strange. Listen to Sharon's hypochondriac corner. My ankle has been worse when I've been painting in my room, and you're going to say, Sharon, how the hell can you get a sore, sorry about swearing, how can you get a sore ankle from painting? Well, whenever I'm stood in a position for a long time and not moving, so when I've been painting, I could be stood for nearly 8 hours and hardly moving, or I must stand in a weird position, there it aches. Whereas I was doing some work that required me to stand in a position for, I'd say, about 8 hours. I was moving but hardly moving, and it was on like hard concrete, which makes me sound old again. And that's when I'm noticing that I'm getting the pain. Whereas last night, when I got out of bed, it's as though to start with I couldn't really walk properly, and I'm just moaning. I'm fed up hearing myself moan. and it really ached. But as I walk on it through the day and move it, it eases up a little bit. So I'm not too sure what that is. Hypochondriac, eh? You're overthinking getting older. Oh, Manchester Half Marathon. Well done, you. No, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I think I am going to have to get something, because it literally is. When you, I don't know how you stand when you're painting, but in my art room, it's like floorboard, so it's not that hard, but it's stiff. There's no comfort there, and I tend to, or I used to always paint with no shoes on, because I like to be connected to nature if I was doing it in the garden or anything like that. But I think I have to really think about getting myself some granny shoes for that support my ankles and my feet when I'm doing work that requires hard surfaces or being stood. Yeah, I really do think I do. What are you, oh my god, in at, Paula? I do. I think I need some granny shoes. Sharon, these orchids make me think of a colour theme for a sculpture, black and white. Oh, I'll buy some Matsuri and I'll take a photo of me there with my Zimmer frame that Neil got for me, my blow-up one, my granny socks and slippers. I'll have my rollers in my hair. I do think to myself, though, I mean, I don't know whether, well, I am weird and I do have weird thoughts, but like, at what age do you say, right, that's it, I'm off out to get myself some support stockings, or get my blue rinse done, or, you know, go and buy old people's dresses. Like when do you know that that's it? That you want to do that? I don't know. All right, Sharon, stop digressing. I'm just going to now go back over some of these white areas to define them and get that a little bit smoother. I know, I will wear my head out, but I'm always thinking, yes, Carol, you never do that. Yeah, I like to be barefoot. There's just something therapeutic about being barefoot. When you're dead. No, I'm not dying for another 50 years, at least. So I need to shut up whinging and embrace living. Julia, you'd be surprised at where my brain goes sometimes. I can really contemplate really philosophical stuff like, well, who decided a spoon was named a spoon? I know how to party. I don't know why, Paula, on your messages when you're sending them, I can see them in my phone, but I can't see them in my iPad, so I've probably missed a lot of your cheeky responses. Oh, don't. You have to promise me if I reach the whole, like, the all-time low that I'm saying, oh, I don't apologise, I've just soiled myself live on on YouTube. Best go and change my nappy. That's the time when we say no to lives. I'm just reading some of your responses. They're quite funny. On a positive note, I have not stood in any deposits in the... Oh, I was going to say garage, but that put me on a new train of thought. So for people that wasn't in my last live, we talked about the horrendous experience that I had of standing in human feces the other day when I was going to work, which made me dry reach the whole day. But that train of thought, what's going on with this diesel and petrol crisis? Why on earth is everybody panic buying in the UK? There's petrol stations that's got like, it's all cordoned off so you can't go in there now because you can't get, or allegedly can't get fuel, and everybody's now queuing for hours to get fuel from the few places that has fuel. I mean, what's that about? Hello, Deborah. Welcome. Thank you for popping in to say hello. Hello, Bridget. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying these. These are going to be submersed in some water soon, so watch the rest of the video later. Well, not this live, but there is going to be a video which will show you how I finish these off with resin over the top of them. And I hope that you will enjoy these, and I hope to the wonderful lady who has ordered these, she's starting to see the magic of her piece come to life, because she's been very patient waiting for her 2 commissions that's going her way over to the wonderful Australia. Good day, mate. I've got a backlog of stuff that I'm trying to work through. I need a PA. I know that you can see me just doing the same repetitive stuff, but this is what it's like, people. Keep working it until you're happy. I think that one's there. I will check chat because you've all been cheeky tonight, taking advantage of the fact that I can't see what you're saying until after the joke's gone. Paula. Hello, Zeus. You come to say hello to people. Okay. I think that's where we're going to be. I might just have to... I then look to see if I need to edit anything out with black to bring them back a little bit. Are you saying hello to Zeus? Oh, I know it is the truckers, but it's ridiculous. Oh, I'm so sorry, Des, that you are on red. Luckily, I'd been up to Mum's last weekend, so I'd filled up on the way back down, so I've got over half a tank left. But it is, it's a bit stressful. It's worse than toilet paper gate. Well, I don't know if it's worse, but I think it is, as far as people can't get to work because of people panic. Just coming in panic buying off petrol. So I am now just coming back now with my black, just to edit back some of the white area, so that for me it makes more sense as to it coming from underneath and around and making it look more 3D. And I don't know if you'll see what I'm doing that well from how you're viewing it. You might think, Sharon, I've just watched you do this and it looks no different. And that's okay, you can think that, but to me there's a huge difference on perspective of what it is that we've just done. And it's mainly around the head area here, because if we're looking at it from the top, you should only see a little bit of the white coming around in some of the areas. Again, it doesn't have to be 100% correct anatomically. So I just want to give that, help with that illusion that you're looking down on top of them. So that's all I'm doing now. I will check chat again, me promise. Those ones have been done, aren't they? Yeah. And it's only like a suggestion of grey going down the tail, so I'm just pulling some of that back. Okay, over this one here. But at least you get to see real time what really is entailed in painting these ochres from my perspective, because on my videos I normally fast forward this just to save you a bit of time. Oh, I might have edited that a bit too much. Need to make the head a little bit chunky there. Anyway, let me just have a quick chat with chat. We've been in the best places whale watching in Australia, something everyone should get to experience at least once in their lifetime. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Oh, you're having problems over there as well. Oh, you got to see the humpbacks. Sounds beautiful. Oh, it's lovely when I pop up and see that there's been all this chat happening. I feel like I'm not a very good hostess when I'm busy doing this, but at the same time I think you all understand when I'm creating. Don't know what I did there, not necessarily enjoying that. Oh, got a bit slap happy there with my black. I'll have to come back and add that in. Put some white on my brush too. Alright, fix this one up. Okay. Got a fly buzzing around my ear. Oh, a little midget. Taking out some of that white there. Alright, we are, oh, I did alrighty, bingo bingo. And then once I've done the markings so that I'm happy with them, I might just come and add some more, just go over it a little bit more with the black, get my words out, just to neaten out some of the brush strokes for this. Oh, I went a bit too slap happy there. And I think that'll be it for this layer, and then we'll add resin and see how I bring another layer. I might not add any more of the whale higher up, but that will all depend on when I add my resin and that bit of white foam. Am I happy with where it is that I'm seeing? Just need to get some more white. A bit more white, and then that will be it for this scene, because I've kept you an hour and I'm really grateful that you've all turned up for this hour. It means a lot that you all come and chat to each other and support me and hang out. Just a little bit there. Just going to wait until some of this black dries. Too much white again there. Anyway, you get the drift. I think we are going to be good for this coat. I'll check chat to see if there's any questions or commentary. But I do hope you come and see the video how this piece finishes off. I'm glad you enjoy watching me create and chatting, so make sure you do come back and see this video. I will post it. It'll be a very self-explanatory title, which is the ochre, is it the ochre, the whales? I don't know, pod of whales, I think that will be. And you'll see how I evolve this piece, and I will show you what I did before this. But for the wonderful person who this piece is to, I hope that you are enjoying seeing this piece come together, and before long they'll be swimming the way over to Australia for you. Yeah, so keep watching, come back. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much, Des, for the sub, and I'm glad that you're feeling relaxed and that you're going to come back and chat. And much support. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Much love. Oh, you miss me. I love that. I will be back. It'll be every Sunday between 7:30 to 8. There'll also be Sculpture Saturday. There'll be Art Friday. And Monday will be for members. All right. Have a wonderful day. See you later. Thank you so much. Until next time. Bye-bye.